woman really just supporting teenagers who were finding their voices using their voices. Woman charged after joining anti-ICE teen group chat. Here are more details for you.
A woman was arrested for joining an anti-ICE group chat because she told high schoolers she was proud of them for using their voices. She's now being charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. High school students in Somerville, South Carolina were organizing a peaceful walkout to protest ICE. According to a report from Newsweek, Dina Cholet, a local restaurant owner, joined the chat to express solidarity with them. In addition to telling the high schoolers she was proud of them for using their voices, she shared a Facebook post that had outlined threats made towards the protesters so that they could be aware and safe. She also mentioned that a group of us, likely referring to adults, would be there to support them. Members of the group chat reportedly thanked her, and then she left the chat. That's it. Unfortunately, a police officer had anonymously joined the group chat as well. Now police have arrested her because she bears influence over the students to engage in disruptive or violent behavior. According to the police, some calls to potentially violent actions were made in the group chat, but there is no evidence to suggest that Cholet encouraged this behavior. The organizers also repeatedly reminded the group that this was to be a peaceful walkout. The police also used the chat to identify several of the student organizers. Meanwhile, a man who allegedly made threats against the teenagers if they protested was not charged.
You following all that? You keeping up? It adds up to a lot of tomfoolery to keep people from exercising their right to free speech. Dina Marie Cholet, South Carolina restaurant owner, was arrested last week for joining a group chat with high school students who were organizing a peaceful anti-ICE walkout. So what's her crime, you might be asking? She told them she was proud of them for using their voices. She's now charged, though, with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Meanwhile, men who threatened to throw urine-filled balloons at the teen protesters, not charged. You might need more evidence there. They got to take care of violent people first. I guess she was more pressing. I'm going to be there to support the kids' peaceful protest. So here's what happened. Students at Somerville High School in Somerville, South Carolina, created an Instagram group chat called Somerville Walkout. This was in early February 2026. They were organizing a peaceful anti-ICE protest walkout scheduled for Thursday, February 20th. The group had about 80 members, most between the ages of 14 and 18. It was open, public Instagram account. Anyone could follow, anyone could join. On February 10th, Cholet entered the group chat using her business's Instagram account and identified herself as Dina Yo. Okay. Just shows up. Hey guys, what's going on here? Cholet told the students she was proud of them for using their voices. She said a group of us, referring to adults, would be out there to support them during the walkout. She also shared a Facebook post that outlined threats that had been made against the student protesters so they could be aware and stay safe. Members of the group thanked her for her support. Then she left the chat. That's all. Nothing to see here. A student alerted a school resource officer at Somerville High School on February 9th about a planned protest set for February 20th, according to a police report obtained by Newsweek. The officer monitored the group chat through early February 10th, identified an organizer who wanted to get as many students involved as possible for the anti-ICE protest, police said. Then on Tuesday, February 18th, 8 days after she joined the chat, 2 days before the walkout was even scheduled, Cholet was arrested. She was charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She was released later that day. She posted just a $1,000 bond. Initial court appearance is scheduled for April 14th. Now, here's what Cholet and her attorney have said. On Facebook on February 13th, before her arrest, Cholet wrote, "When I joined, I told them I was proud of them for using their voices. I let them know we had their backs. I directed them to a post that outlined the threats that had been made toward them so they would be aware and stay safe. After that, I left the chat." That's it. Her attorney, Gustav Marchnik, told Newsweek, "The facts do not match the allegation. My client did not encourage anyone to break the law, commit violence, or disrupt school operations. Ms. Cholet broke no laws." Now, here's the part that should make everyone's blood boil, folks. This is where you got to sit up and stand at attention, because if you let this go, then what's next? Well, we've already seen it, I guess. The underage youths, 2 of them, were charged with student threats. One was charged with unlawful communication. Federal Bureau of Investigation and a member of the U.S. Secret Service were later notified about threats to Trump, but are not investigating the incident. The men who allegedly made threats against the youths, throw urine packed balloons if they protested, not charged. Chalet is the only adult arrested in connection with this incident. So, to be clear about what happened here, police used a burner account to infiltrate a student group chat. Where is this in South Carolina? There's not anything else they need to be doing here except going undercover with a bunch of teens. I have a teen. I don't even have to listen at her door. She's so loud. I mean, it was an open group. They said what they were going to do. What's the problem here? And why are you so busily after them? So they went undercover, the burner account, and infiltrated student group chat. They identified the student organizers. The walkout was canceled by February 11th before it ever happened. And they still arrested this woman, one adult, the restaurant owner, Miss Chalet, who told the kids, I'm proud of you. Is this America? I guess we have to claim it at this point. This has been going on, this nonsense, long enough, Jackson. This, I'll answer it. This is America. And if you want changes, folks, it's got to start immediately. They got to dial this nonsense back. What did you hear?
Well, I mean, if you didn't know, for people who are tuned in, the Department of Homeland Security has been requesting the personal identifications of anybody who speaks out against ICE. They've been asking for this information from social media companies, from platforms like Google, whether it be your email address, phone number, street address, whatever it is that they can get from you, because, they're authoritarian. It's fascism. We know this. But if you didn't know that, now you do. So you're probably on their radar. I don't know if they're going to come running up and getting you because they can't get all of us, but they are watching us. And so
Mm.
this isn't surprising, but this is why they're asking for our information. And in response, we should turn it up even more because at the end of the day, not only can they not stop all of us, but Donald Trump's second term is going to come to an end. And when it does, there's going to be people who are ripe and ready to go to prison. The Supreme Court may have made it such that Donald Trump can't go to prison for any of his presidential actions, but that does not extend to the other people in his administration. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this over the coming years, especially as the executive branch continues to get cornered and pinned into a wall.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
This is so dangerous. If you think this is just some incident that happened in South Carolina and doesn't affect your life, you better think again. This is how it starts. I would think there'd be even more pushback. And I'm proud of my fellow Americans who have pushed back, but I think there'd be even more. Because remember, we had certain rights and then you took them back. It's easier when you don't have rights. It takes longer to say, no, here we have rights that are just being eroded.